Hi guys, welcome to week 3 of Man Church Table Leader Training. I hope everybody had a blessed week and just really enjoyed John Lynch's message last week, as well as the Unit 2 homework to really explore the true you. With some of that Unit 2 homework of the true you, you should have done the love language assessments, the spiritual gifts, and the personal well-being assessment. 3 powerful assessments that could really be beneficial in your growth process, as well as in the growth process for some of the other guys at your table. So I hope that was something that was really a blessing, and that is going to be something that really promotes conversation at each of your tables this week. This week's unit is on finding yourself. So we're going to be exploring some of the personality profile, some of those, the personality profile assessment in particular. And so during the message this week, there's going to be an opportunity for you to do an activity. And each table leader is going to get a poster board and a picture of a well-known person. And then in groups of 8 to 10, you'll document 8 characteristics of that assigned person. So again, just trying to learn and explore the different personality types so that we kind of gives us a foundation of understanding for the different personality types as we go into next week in learning about our own personality type. So we'll get done with the message and the activities, and then we'll dismiss to the tables. At your tables, if you could start with reviewing the group commitment. I know we've been talking about it for a while, about getting the group commitment going. We took the feedback from the table leader training that we had initially at the beginning of the semester on the group commitment so that we could really make sure that it's effective for Man Church and for your tables. So remember, the purpose of the group commitment is to promote a safe and respectful place for men to share, learn, and grow at Man Church. And so really that's our goal, and that's our hope, is that this commitment, that everybody can sign off on it to agree that this is something that's important to them and to the group and the participation in the group. So we're really hopeful that's going to be something that goes smoothly. Some of the points on the group commitment, I'll show up, just making a commitment that every week we're going to try our best to get to Man Church every week for who you are, that we're going to be on time, that we're going to really work to be on time and not judge others who might not be on time, that we're going to participate, based on our own participation, not trying to fix others, those types of things in our participation, that we're committed to completing the coursework. So for those who have signed up for completing the coursework, that you're really saying, okay, I'm going to really do my best to try to complete the coursework. That we're going to keep on point, that we're going to keep focused during the presentations, during the content of the group sessions, that we're going to protect confidentiality. Remember that idea of what happens at Man Church stays at Man Church. And that I'll pray for the other guys at Man Church, for our tables, for our church in general. So that's the group commitment. Again, like we've mentioned, we know that each table has something similar, that has some rules and expectations that are similar to those, but just to have it formalized on a piece of paper that everybody can agree to and sign off on, just so that we can promote, like we said, that safe and respectful place to participate. So the questions this week, I just really want to encourage you to keep encouraging your guys to just do the best that they can on that coursework, to continue modeling the role yourself of completing the coursework and just doing the best that you can to complete that coursework, and then share with your guys what you're getting out of that coursework. Because I think your testimony about what you're getting out of that coursework is really going to impact your guys at your table as to whether they're going to want to make that a priority and really want to do the coursework themselves. So with the questions this week, we want to have a summary statement to the start of the discussion. And so it's going to basically be about the activity that we did in the main sanctuary, just talking about, okay, so we know this well-known person. We were able to come up with some descriptors about that well-known person. How did we come up with that? How did we know those things? You know, it's from media or from what we read or what we've learned about each of these people. But then kind of taking it to the next step to reflect on themselves. So what do you know about yourself that you might see in your personality profile test results? And so it could be positive or negative. They could be saying things about themselves in their personality profile that could be negative. And again, this is an opportunity for us to listen and to reflect what they're saying, but not really an opportunity like we've talked about for fixing another person. So just letting them be honest with themselves about what they might see in themselves about their own personality. The next question is, what did you learn about yourself from your love language assessment? And so a lot of the questions this week are based on the assessments from the previous week's homework. So for those guys who haven't done the homework, hopefully this is going to be something that's engaging to them, that they'll see other guys getting benefit from taking these assessments and will want to take the assessments themselves. But to get back to the question, again, what did you learn about yourself from your love language assessment based on those 5 different love languages? Which one impacts them the most? Which one do they relate with the most for those love languages? The next question, kind of similar. What did you learn about yourself from your spiritual gift assessment? And so, how have they been using their spiritual gifts? How did they learn? What did they learn about themselves from discovering what their spiritual gifts are? And as a side note, I thought it was really interesting about Robert's message this weekend, where he was talking about spiritual gifts and that we all have our own special gifts, and God's calling us to use those gifts in our own way. And so really neat how Robert's message this weekend is going to match up with what we're going to be talking about in Man Church on Monday night. So the next question, what did you learn from your personal well-being assessment? Again, this is like a stress test, basically. And so dependent on where each guy is, their stress test results are going to vary. We have different life circumstances that we go through, and it causes our personal well-being assessment score to be adjusted accordingly. So that'll be interesting to see what reflections they've had from the personal well-being assessment. And then the last question, can you see value in taking these simple assessments? So again, this question could be directed at both the guys who've done work, but also to the guys who haven't done the work, to say, yeah, I can see the value in learning more about myself and really understanding who I am and finding myself through some of these assessments. So hopefully that discussion is going to go real smooth. That's going to be a really great way for the guys to just engage, learn more about themselves, and learn more about the other guys at the table as well. A couple of housekeeping items that I just wanted to share with you guys. So your Unit 3 materials, so next week's homework materials, your table leader questions, and your group commitment forms. To save you a stop, we're going to gather all of those materials and bring them to the table leader training on Monday night at 5:45. So those will all be there. So when you come in, you can go straight there. You don't have to worry about stopping at the guest relations table or any place else before coming to the table leader training. So we'll have all those things for you there. Wanted to remind everybody also about this circle prayer at 8:30. So if you can make sure that you keep your guys there until 8:30 so that they can be part of that circle prayer, that would be really great. And then just the one last thing I wanted to point out, that in a lot of groups, week 3 is usually one that people tend to drop out. Things start getting difficult. They start exploring areas that are really hard. And they might get a feeling or a sense that they want to give up. And so really want to encourage your guys this week to just continue working hard, continue just doing that difficult work of doing that self-exploration, sharing, being vulnerable. We know that that's difficult, but we know the importance and the value in that. And so I don't know if that's something that we would experience in Man Church, just because for many of you, this isn't the 3rd week that you're meeting as a group. And for many of you, it's been weeks, months, and years that you've been meeting together. So hopefully that's not something that we'd experience, but just recognize that in groups in general, week 3 is typically one where people start really getting bogged down, really having some difficulty. So just to encourage yourself and encourage your guys as they're going through week 3. So thanks, guys. I hope for a great week, and I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday night at 5:45. Have a great day.